Hey there guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into a controversial classic, Oliver Stone's 1994 film, Natural Born Killers. Now, this movie has sparked debates for decades, and it's time that we unpack what makes this film so iconic and divisive. And I've got to thank my good friend Karen Cooper, who recommended me to watch and review this movie, so thank you, Karen. Natural Born Killers follows the story of Mickey and Mallory Knox, played by Woody Harrelson and Juliette Lewis, who are both incredible in this film. They play a young couple who embark on a violent crime spree across America while being pursued by the media and law enforcement. The film is a satirical take on the media's obsession with violence and crime, exploring how it sensationalizes and glorifies killers. One of the standout features of Natural Born Killers is its unique filming style. Oh my god, it was just insane. Oliver Stone's uses a wild mix of film styles. Think of split scenes animation and a dizziness blend of colors that you amplify the chaotic narrative of this movie. You actually feel like that you've just taken some LSD or some shrooms while you watch this film, because moments are so trippy and I was like, wow, I feel a little bit spaced out. The masterpiece of visual storytelling is paired with a gritty soundtrack that drives home the film's themes. The unconventional editing choices and surreal visuals in this movie create quite a disorienting experience that mirrors the madness of Mickey and Mallory's world. And that is what I think is so clever about this film, because this movie isn't for everyone. I'll put it out there. I feel that this is one of those films that you're either going to love it or hate it, with a very small minute people in the middle. There are some parts of the film that's quite hard to follow, at least at first, but when you stick with it, those things do start to make sense. At least it did for me, but it did require maximum concentration, no playing on your phones when you watch this film. There's also some real deep themes in the movie. I mean, this isn't just a mindless action flick. Stone expertly critiques media sensationalism, showing how the public consumes violence as entertainment. Similar to how we see reality TV and news cycles today, and even things that we all see on social media. Mickey and Mallory become media darlings despite their horrific crimes in this film. It is representing a twisted reflection of society's fascination with violence. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I love myself a real-life crime documentary. The question that Stone forces us to confront is, are we complicit in their narrative? Now, let's talk about the performances, because you've got Woody Harrelson, who delivers an electric performance as Mickey, blending the charm and the menace seamlessly. And Juliette Lewis, wow, she absolutely embodies the wild and the reckless nature of Mallory with incredible precision. They both bring a magnetic quality to their roles, making it hard to look away, even as they do despicable things. And despite what they do in this film, you do start to sort of feel sorry them in a weird way. You start to understand why they are the way they are. They were both abused when they were both very, very young. They went through hell growing up as children. Mix that in with drink and drugs as they get older, as a coping mechanism, then you have yourselves a lethal cocktail combination. I have always been a big fan of Juliette Lewis. I think she is fantastic in films like Cape Fear and of course From Dusk Until Dawn and many other films. And I really do think that her performance in this film is definitely up there as one of the best performances. The film was highly controversial upon its release, being blamed for inspiring real-life violence. However, it also, started important conversation about the effects of media on society. Some people hailed it as a groundbreaking work of art, which others then, dismissed it as gratuitous and disturbing. Today, it still remains relevant, especially in discussions about violence in media and its influence on culture. Bear in mind, this is my first time watching it in 2024, and even by today's standards, this film does hit hard. It does show you a lot of the bad sides of humanity that goes on in the world, and while most people want to ignore that, basically what a lot of people do is, let's not look at that. It's not happening unless I acknowledge it. And you have to remember that this does exist in the world, and sometimes it's not too far away from where you are sitting right now. And this film forces you to acknowledge that, and I honestly found that this was a very powerful watch. And even though Natural Born Killers was controversial for some people when it was released, in terms of the violence in the film, I actually didn't find it as violent as I thought it was going to be. I found the whole dark story quite disturbing from start to finish, but honestly, the violence isn't as prominent as one might think going into this movie. So after all that, what do I think about Natural Born Killers? Well, for me, I think it is a very wild ride, that's for sure. And as I said, it is not for everyone due to its graphic content and the chaotic style of the filming, but if you can appreciate the dark humor and the bold commentary on media culture, it's a film that is absolutely worth watching at least once in your life. It's a cinematic experience that pushes boundaries, and it does challenge our perceptions of crime, love, and America itself. And I feel that this is one of those films that, if you go back and rewatch it a few times, there will be something new that you didn't pick up on in the last watch, and that is amazing. I am going to give Natural Born Killers a very healthy 7.5 out of 10. While it's not a film I would normally go out and watch, I am so thankful that my good friend Karen recommended this film to me, because I do think this film is definitely one of those rare classics, and everyone should definitely watch it at least once. As I said earlier, it might not be your typical horror movie, but it is a disturbing watch all the same. Thanks for joining me on this deep dive into Natural Born Killers. If you did enjoy this review, then please make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more movie reviews, and let me know all of your thoughts in the comments box below. Did you love this movie? Did you hate it? Or did you find it somewhere in the middle? Let's discuss. Okay then guys, until next time, keep watching, and remember, sometimes the most chaotic films have the most profound messages. Bye guys.